So tell me a little bit about the concepts that we're talking about here today that have resonated most with you and the work that you're doing at your company.
So I think that the most innovative concepts that I've seen here today, which really resonate to where we want to go, is probably more around artificial intelligence and its use and its applicability in learning. I'm also really interested in adaptive learning, not only because it gets learners more focused and saving time of those that already know the materials, making it more engaging. I also really like the approach of common sense learning applied to business outcomes. And the talk around Peg Sullivan's approach in Morgan Stanley was very interesting to me.
How would you see incorporating AI at Philip Morris?
So we're already thinking about how we use AI for hiring. In the learning space, we're also trying to figure out how we can gauge what type of learning needs are necessary in our leadership and culture initiatives. And so basically identifying how people are doing on a quarterly basis and then matching them up with learning interventions that really help them close the gap between where they are today and where we want them to be. So, and I think that there's a lot of work that we can do with AI, with algorithms that really help this matching process be relevant and impactful for the learner and for the organization.
Do you see a big difference in how you have to approach the high-level executives versus how you approach different levels of employees? Is there a different way that you approach learning initiatives?
So today in the past we've had a rather classic approach to learning where, yes, there was a higher touch approach to the higher level of the organization. I think inevitably you will always have this divide because as the more senior you are, the more impact you have on the organization. So you'll always want to have more focused and high-touch approaches to the more senior levels. Now, having said that, if you really want to impact behaviors of anyone, you can't really do this with micro online interventions. So you really have to make a very conscious choice of what you're trying to do. Do you really want to change behaviors, in which case you really want to do a more experiential type of emotional experience that really drives behavioral change? Or do you want to just provide resources on, I don't know, how to change a light bulb or whatever it is that you're trying to do in terms of just watching a quick video or a reference card that will allow you to do that better. So there's a real choice to be made as to how you want to do learning at the company and for whatever business outcome you're trying to reach.
Do you find that you have success with particular platforms more than others?
We're in the middle of a really significant transformation at Philip Morris. So we're moving from decades of successful business with our conventional products, and our CEO has set out a really bold new vision for a smoke-free future at Philip Morris, which is really exciting, but it involves really changing not only the products that we sell and how we sell them, going from a normal pack of cigarettes to mostly technology-driven innovations of devices that require customer care and different ways of selling and converting existing adult smokers to our new products, but also a new wave and a new mindset of working at the company, within the company. And so what we need to do is to really shift behaviors using experiential activities within the broader team that people operate in. We've traditionally been a very siloed organization, so by bringing people through learning interventions as a group, we find that this has a double whammy effect of not only driving more knowledge retention and behavioral shift, but also in terms of having an increased functionality of the team operating together.
I mean, you are changing a tremendous amount with this enormous history. What are you learning in that process? Are you at a point where you're able to reflect on? Well,
this big transformation has been in the works for quite a while. I mean, PMI has invested billions of dollars in research and development to come up with products that really resonate with adult smokers. So it's been a journey that has started quite a while ago, but the actual commercialization has been more recent. And we're really in the middle of this, I think, quite bold transformation at PMI. I think that what we have realized within the learning team is that the opportunity for us to contribute to this transformation is enormous. Not only in terms of trying to tell our people or help our people, support our people in doing business differently, but also teaching them about this bold new world that we're embarking in and how to communicate this to the external world. Traditionally, we've been a company that hasn't really engaged with stakeholders in society, and now I think we've got a wonderful message to get out there. And that also requires us to learn how to talk to people in a different way.
Talk to me a little bit about you personally, your career trajectory. What role has learning played for you?
So I started my career here in New York as an investment banker, and then after doing some traveling and an MBA, I joined Philip Morris. But even within Philip Morris, and this is one of the advantages of this company, I've had many different roles. I started off by doing internal M&A, or business development as we call it. I then was general manager for a number of markets in North Africa. Then I returned to run the commercial strategy group for Eastern Europe, Middle East and Africa. And it's only 2 years ago that I've actually taken over as head of learning at PMI. So you could effectively say that in a couple of years I've had to learn a very different job.
Yeah.
And I think that this has really helped me also be quite passionate about the job that I do today, which is how to really formally help people learn how to do their jobs better, and how to contribute and have greater impact in what they do.